This is Michael Hill reporting for Superbike News TV here at a very wet and overcast Monza for the fourth round of the 2012 World Superbike Championship. I'm joined by Brit Leon Haslam, who races for the BMW Motorrad team. Leon, I want to feel like starting this interview by saying what a difference a day makes. You know, 24 hours ago the sun was out and there were 4 BMWs in the top 5. Just explain to us from your point of view what happened in Superpole. Did you just maybe get the timing wrong? Because it looked like you did have the pace, but it just towards the end of that session it just didn't quite work out for you.
Yeah, basically in them conditions the rain tyre was lasting 1 lap, if that, and I made a mistake on that 1 lap. I tried to qualify on the 2nd and 3rd lap, but the centre of the tyre just kind of delaminated. So, you know, it's kind of a tough situation. You know, it wasn't really intermediate tyres, it had to be the wet, but you had to do it on your first flying lap, and, you know, I made a mistake. So, yeah, just frustrated. You know, I've not been outside the top 3 all weekend and felt pretty confident. And, you know, tough qualifying in Superpole. You know, it's not a very good grip position.
Having said that, the racing here is always historically very, very close. So you must be confident that with the speed of the bike, you know, providing we stay out of trouble at the first turn, you're going to be there or thereabouts come the end of the race. Yeah,
you know, if it's dry, I feel pretty confident that, you know, we can still run at the front. You know, if it's wet, it's going to be a big gamble for everyone. We've got to really try and protect the tyre in the straight line in the middle. You know, if it's raining, I think we're going to come across a big issue. But, you know, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can have a dry day tomorrow.
Don't want to dwell on it too much, but Assen first race, it looked like you were so close to securing BMW's first victory. Lots of stuff sort of banding around as to what went wrong, but did you actually see the pit board? Was that the reason that it kind of all went wrong? You didn't realise how much of a gap you had?
I didn't realise how much of a gap I had, but at the same time, I felt that I wasn't pushing it anyway. You know, I felt like I was just within myself. I was kind of telling myself once I got past Johnny just to, you know, try and cruise. I didn't want to follow anyone because, you know, I didn't want to get involved in their accident. So, you know, my plan was to get out to the front and just kind of run a nice rhythm, and I felt real good, and you know, just high-sided me on a close throttle. So one of them things, obviously really frustrating, but you know, it was catching a fair few people out that day, and obviously I looked at the data afterwards, and I went into the corner slower with less angle than I did the lap before. So, you know, one of them mystery high sides, I think.
I guess my final question, we've just been at the press conference, obviously, for the front row, and the guys there talking about the top speed recorded this weekend is just a whisker under 211 miles an hour. You've ridden lots of fast bikes throughout your career, but what is it like going down into that first chicane, touching on that kind of speed? I mean, it must be quite frightening.
Yeah, you know, it's good. You know, slipstreaming really comes into it here, and obviously speed of your bike is a big factor as well. And you know, in the dry, it's you know, it's quite crucial to get the bike stopped, because you are going from 211 down to, you know, 40, 50 miles an hour. So you know, braking's a key point, and you know, getting that slipstream.
Well, you've always been good on the brakes, so maybe you know, fighting your way through, we might see some of the typical, or the what's the word I'm looking for, the legendary Haslam leg flap. You haven't done that for a while, so maybe we'll see you back to old ways, braking heavy into turn 1 tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to do some serious flapping to get up from 14th, but no, but if it's dry, I'm pretty confident.
Excellent. Thanks for talking to us, Leon. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.